Friend, if you live with your eyes open and you see everything that's happening in the world, you have definitely noticed that Looksmaxxing, the way that you smash your bones and you set up high stations in your house, these things are slowly falling apart. They're slowly fading into the background. It's no longer like viral and something that everybody needs to do. And this is just the beginning. Looksmaxxing will die in 5 years' time. Nobody will be talking about it the way we talk about it now. Because people are slowly realizing that this is just fucking stupid. If this is the only thing you do to attract girls, you will fucking realize soon enough that this is not the way to do that. If you understand women even a little bit, you will realize that this is not the way. What I don't understand about guys who criticize Looksmaxxing is that they try to completely deny it. Oh, looks don't matter, women are attracted to personalities, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying, right? These guys are fucking stupid because looks absolutely matter. Building this body fucking made a difference, bro. Building like a shape, you know what I mean? Doing this with your body will make a fucking difference. Don't get me wrong about that, okay? There was a time I was in the gym and I was talking to this beautiful girl and she told me, yes, I like when guys are hot, but if it's the only thing they have going on for themselves, I instantly get turned off. So what I'm trying to say here, yes, you may be able to get more girls with Looksmaxxing, but that's like mid girls, right? Because if the interesting thing is, when you start talking to hot women, they actually don't give a shit that much about looks. If it's the only thing, keep that in mind, okay? Because looks are just a multiplier of you. If you have a good personality and you're also hot, that's a fucking advantage, right? But if you have a shit personality and you're hot, they won't give a fuck about you, right? So Looksmaxxing will get you pussy, but the type of pussy I wouldn't even touch. It will give you like 5s, 4s, because those are the type of girls whose standards are so low that all you need to attract them is a jawline or a fucking fluffy hair with 20 products in it. That's everything that you need to attract 5s. If that's what you need, if that's what you want in your life, then continue watching these guys and click off this video right now. If you wanna date 7, 8s, 9s, 10s, Looksmaxxing is only a tool that will help you. Okay? And the reason it's gonna die, this shit, is because it's one of those viral things, trends on the internet. You know what I'm saying? At first glance, it feels right because nobody was talking about it the way these guys do. But when you actually put it to test in the real world, the world is slowly realizing that these guys are full of shit. Because while it is important to have good looks and take care of yourself and actually look presentable, it's not the only way to fucking go about your life. Do you think looking pretty will get you a business deal? Of course not. So in the same way, why do you think that if you look pretty, if you put makeup on, that will get you a girlfriend? Why do you think that? Because these things are actually not that different from each other. People say that sales is similar to flirting and girls. And myself, I've been in sales for such a long time that now I'm able to see the connection they try to make. It's not exactly the same, but there is some connection. If you are good in sales, there is a high chance you will be good with girls. So you know what's interesting? In sales, the more you try to look good, the less money you're gonna make. You can almost imagine like a new sales guy who is very new to sales, very new to business, and he puts a suit on when he goes to a meeting with some important guy. This guy he's gonna go meet is so used to bitches like him who put a suit on that he's gonna instantly dismiss him. Oh, it's okay, it's one of those guys. It's one of those guys who try way too hard. Maybe I'm way too important for him. So he's instantly gonna get less attracted to the idea of working with him because he's trying too hard. And the reason he's trying too hard is because this deal matters way too much to him. You know why this deal matters way too much to him? Because this is the only deal he has. Now, replace the word deal with girl. If you try way too hard to attract a girl with your appearance, she will pick up on this, because there's been hundreds of guys who tried to do the same before you. She's instantly gonna dismiss you, subconsciously. So, imagine what happens when in about 2 years, 3 years, Looksmaxxing will become widespread. Like, everybody will know about this. Everybody will look the same. You will go on a date with a girl, and she's gonna look at you. She's gonna give you one look. See that you have a jawline, you have like fluffy hair, you have the same hairstyle as 20 guys before you. What do you think she's gonna think of yourself? She's gonna think you're just exactly like the other guys she dated. There is no differentiation between you and her past partners. So, why is this a problem? Women are always trying to find the best option they can. It's called hypergamy or some shit. It's true. So if you are exactly like every other guy she met, she's not gonna be attracted to you. And Looksmaxxing, the modern way of Looksmaxxing, by the way, we need to fucking make some terms, okay? When I say Looksmaxxing, I mean the modern way, you know, the obsession about your facial attractiveness. That's what I mean. This modern Looksmaxxing is not trying to look good for the female gaze, but for the male gaze. So you're basically trying to look better for other Looksmaxxers so that they can rate you out of 10. How fucking gay is that, by the way? Instead of using Looksmaxxing to attract girls, you're using it to attract guys. Think about this for a second, because this is the reality of today's men. They steal their girlfriend's makeup so that they can look better for other guys. He's gonna go down the street thinking that, oh, maybe today I'm gonna attract some guy because he's gonna notice my eyebrows slightly tilted forward. That's the truth. So, this type of Looksmaxxing, trying to look good for other men, versus the real type of Looksmaxxing. Never ever try to be like the modern Looksmaxxers. I'm gonna show you the real way for the female gaze today. So you need to watch until the end. So the moment these Looksmaxxers realize that looks are not the only thing that matters, everything is gonna fall apart. You know what actually matters? How you make her feel. Looks play a little bit of a role in that, sure. But the way you make her feel is much bigger. And actually, have you ever noticed like these super ugly guys with no status whatsoever hanging out with their 10 out of 10 girlfriends? Have you ever stopped and looked at them and realized why that is? Because explain this to me from the Looksmaxxing perspective. They will tell you like, oh, it's because his parents are rich. No. I'm not talking about like a rich, ugly guy. I'm talking about an ugly guy who has no money, no status, nothing. Just himself and a 10 out of 10 girlfriend. Explain this to me from a Looksmaxxing perspective. You can't, because they have a fucking warped opinion and view of the world so much that they fucking ignore the fucking reality of how it actually is. What matters is emotional connection, aka how you make her feel. And looks, you cannot emotionally connect with a girl only through looks. There is no fucking way. Do you think she's gonna look at your fluffy hair and she's gonna say, oh, this is the man of my dreams? Maybe for 10 seconds, but once you open your mouth and you start speaking and she realizes you're a fucking retard, then she's gonna realize that, oh, okay, he's just like everybody else. Emotional connection paired with being different is what's gonna get you the most pussy you've ever seen in your life. Because the truth is, those Looksmaxxers are dry. they get no pussy. They get validation from other Looksmaxxers, sure, but they get no pussy. And I think if you're watching this video, you actually care about that. You want to attract the girls, not other guys, which I hope you do. Because if you don't, I don't want you watching my videos. So get the fuck out of here. Yeah, so they get no pussy. So what is the emotional connection, right? How do you create it? What is it? You can think of it almost like the energy she has when she's with you. How open is she when she's around you? Most girls, when you speak to them, they are super close. They have a close body language like this. They barely look at you. The girls have this resting bitch face. If you manage to open them, not just their minds, but also their bodies and their energy, if you manage to do that, you will fucking master women instantly, because if she is able to relax in your presence, if she's able to look you in the eyes and say exactly what she wants to say without any like filter, if you're able to make her relax into the present moment and actually be in her feminine energy instead of the masculine, you are gonna, when I say you're gonna be a magnet, that's exactly what I mean. Imagine like a table, right? And on this table, there's a lot of particles from metal or whatever. And you hover over it with a magnet. Everything tries to stick to you. That's exactly what this is gonna be like for you. If you manage to do this with women. And guess what? You won't be able to relax her like this with a fluffy hair and jawline and fucking... How do you say it? I forgot. Bone smashing. Yeah. You won't be able to do that with just looks. What actually matters in terms of Looksmaxxing, how you dress matters. How you groom yourself matters. Right now, by the way, I would not attract girls much because I'm not groomed, my hair is not cut. You know, how you take care of yourself visually matters, but only to a certain point. If you go over like a line, then there's diminishing results. So what matters is how you take care of yourself, how you dress, how you smell, how you look in terms of grooming. But also what matters even more is, do you look healthy? Do you actually look healthy? If you looked at yourself in the mirror, would you say you look healthy? What I mean by healthy, low body fat percentage. Low body fat percentage like lean. It means you're healthy. It's a signal to the female brain that you probably will have healthy children. So because Looksmaxxing is already dead and it's dying as we speak, what do you do? Because I don't want you to die with it. Look, when you boil it down to just one thing when it comes to attraction, girls really like when you have a life that I can join. So why don't you just give up this stupid shit that won't even make much of a difference and actually start doing something that will change you, something that actually makes sense for you to invest your time into it? Why don't you actually start changing yourself, not from the outside, but from the inside? Because let me ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Do you actually live a life that you are proud of? Most guys will say, oh yeah, I do. I feel fine. But if you looked at them from the outside, their life is basically online. Their life is on their phones. Their life is fucking dull. Would you be able to tell your son that this is your lifestyle? This is how you spend your youth and your early adulthood? Would you be able to tell your son that you spent your teens bone smashing your face and setting up high station around your house just to look good for a 5 out of 10 girl? I don't think you would. You'd actually be a little bit ashamed of yourself. And you should be. Because that's not a way to live. So let's now imagine an imaginary girl that came into your life. Would you be able to tell her that your life is online, you bone smash, you Looksmaxx, and you set up high stations? Would you be able to tell her that? No. So why do you think she would be attracted to you right now? It doesn't even make fucking sense. Why don't we say stop to this and start doing something different? Why don't you become your highest self? Your highest self is the best version of you in every aspect of your life. Would your highest self bone smash? Would your highest self do all these autistic bullshit things? No, I don't think your highest self would obsess over looks. I don't think he would. He would probably think it's kind of stupid. Your highest self would go to the gym, he would have nice friends, he would have a girlfriend that he attracted not for looks, but for actual connection in the real world. Your highest self would not even be online that much, and he wouldn't even consume content like that. He wouldn't even know what Looksmaxxing is. Your highest self would be proud of himself when he looks in the mirror. If you want to know more about that, click this video right now. It's on my main channel. So before you go, remember, my friend, do the right things even when nobody's watching. Wapa!